In the small town of Valley Falls, Kansas, where the Flint Hills rolled like frozen waves under a November sky, Elena Ramirez wiped the flour from her hands and glanced out the kitchen window. It was November 13, 2025, and the world felt heavier than usual. At 42, Elena ran the local diner, a weathered spot called Heartland Eats, where farmers swapped stories over black coffee and plates of biscuits and gravy. Her husband, Tomas, a mechanic at the co-op, had lost his job 2 weeks ago when the government shutdown hit again. This one was the longest yet, stretching into its 35th day, furloughing thousands and turning paychecks into whispers of what-ifs. The shutdown had started as a standoff over border funding, but it ballooned into a monster, halting national parks, delaying veterans' benefits, and leaving families like the Ramirezes scraping by on canned goods and pride. Elena's daughter, Sophia, 16 and sharp as a tack, had taken to tutoring kids online for extra cash, her dreams of college fading like the autumn leaves. "Mom, it's not fair," Sophia would say, her voice cracking over dinner, "canned tuna again. The whole country's stopped, but we're the ones starving." That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon in a blaze of orange and purple, Elena locked up the diner early. Business was slow, folks hoarded what little they had. Tomas was at home, fiddling with an old radio, hoping for news of the bill President Trump had just signed the night before in Washington. Headlines blared from every screen: "Shutdown ends, longest in history over." Relief was coming, they said, back pay, reopened offices, but it felt distant, like a promise written in fog. "Look at this," Tomas called from the living room, his voice muffled by static. Elena joined him on the sagging couch, Sophia wedged between them. The TV flickered with shaky phone footage from across the country, ribbons of green and purple dancing in the night sky over New Hampshire barns, Texas ranches, even the flatlands of Colorado. The Northern Lights. Not the faint aurora you chase to Alaska, but a full-blown spectacle, courtesy of a massive solar storm, a coronal mass ejection that had belched from the sun 2 days prior. Scientists called it a G4 geomagnetic storm, the strongest in 2 decades. Power grids flickered in warnings, but here? It was magic. Sophia's eyes widened. "It's like the sky's on fire, but beautiful." She grabbed her phone, scrolling through social media where hashtag Aurora USA was exploding, millions of posts, videos from porch cams and highway stops. Strangers connected in the glow, a nurse in Chicago snapping selfies with the lights to send to her deployed son, a rancher in Montana pausing his fence mending to call his wife, whispering, "Remember our first date?" Stars like this. The shutdown's gloom lifted, if only for a night, as the lights turned personal woes into shared wonder, but for Elena, it stirred something deeper. She stepped outside, the chill biting through her sweater, and crunched across the frost-kissed grass to the old oak in their yard. As a girl, she'd come here after her parents' divorce, dreaming of escaping Valley Falls for the bright lights of New York. Life had other plans: Tomas, Sophia, the diner. Now, with the aurora unfurling like emerald silk overhead, pulsing in waves that hummed faintly in her chest, Elena felt the pull again. Not to leave, but to fight. The next morning, the lights had faded, but their echo lingered. News trickled in, the shutdown's end meant checks by Friday, parks reopening for holiday crowds. Elena fired up the diner's ancient coffee pot and posted a sign, "Free breakfast for furloughed heroes." Lights lit the way. Word spread fast, first a trickle, then a rush. Farmers, clerks, even the town librarian showed up, plates piled high with eggs and stories. Sophia manned the register, her tutoring app buzzing with new gigs. Tomas fixed a customer's truck for free, grease under his nails like a badge. By noon, a reporter from Topeka arrived, camera in tow. "It's trending nationwide," she said, filming Elena pouring coffee. "This shutdown broke us, but that sky? It reminded everyone we're under the same stars." Elena nodded, wiping a customer's tab. "We got through the dark because we looked up. Now, let's eat." As the day wore on, the diner hummed with laughter, first in weeks. Sophia sketched Aurora-inspired murals on napkins, dreaming of art school scholarships. Tomas hummed an old ranchero tune, tools clinking in rhythm. And Elena? She watched her family, the town, piecing itself back together under a plain blue sky. The shutdown had tested them, the lights had healed them, and in the Heartland, that was enough to keep going. In the end, Valley Falls didn't make the national news, not really. But in living rooms across America, as families scrolled through Aurora pics and checked bank apps for that back pay, they felt it, a quiet spark, saying tomorrow could be brighter. And for one Kansas family, it already was.